This is absolutely disgraceful and embarrassing.
Neymar, 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 Neymar.
Yesterday, a part of the Paris Saint-Germain ULTRAS went outside Neymar's house, protesting against his departure from the club, saying, "Leave my club," and mentioning other stupid names towards him, which is absolutely disgusting by the ULTRAS. Obviously, the leader of the CPU, something, the ULTRAS, came out and said, "I'm not part of this," showing that this is a small minority inside of the Paris Saint-Germain ULTRAS that went away and did this outside of Neymar's house. But. So first of all, they started outside the Paris Saint-Germain headquarters, talking about Galtier, talking about Verratti, talking about Messi, Neymar, I believe Marquinhos, and Galtier, of course, talking about their family relatives, calling them names as bitch and so on and so on. And later, as I said, a small minority went away to Neymar's house and kept on the protest outside of his house. And me, as I am, put out this tweet. Reminder: the PSG ULTRAS are a small minority of this fan base. Their actions are totally unacceptable and should be punished severely. And a bit time after, 2 hours, Paris Saint-Germain obviously put out their communication message, which read the following: Paris Saint-Germain condemns in the strongest terms the intolerable and insulting actions of a small group of individuals which took place this Wednesday. Whatever the difference is, nothing can justify such acts, and the club gives its full support to its players and its management. One important thing I want to mention here is that the ULTRAS think, if you ask them why they're doing this, they're doing it because they love for the club and for the club to evolve and become even better. But my question is, do you actually think that this will make the club better? No, it won't. The players inside of Paris Saint-Germain right now are less likely to show their full heart out for this club. Now that you guys are doing this, you're pretty much doing the opposite of what your intentions are. I know that the majority of the ULTRAS, I'm not trying to defend them here or something, I just know that the majority of the ULTRAS, intentionally, they only want good for this club. But the way they are portraying the message is the problem. I don't think anybody inside of Paris Saint-Germain, and that includes the fan base of this club, are agreeing with the ULTRAS are doing. They are even distancing themselves. They always talk about the players are distant from the ULTRAS and the fan base and so on. You are making the gap even larger. You're making the gap even larger. You're making the gap even larger. And one thing here, Neymar, please, Neymar, please, you make it hard. You make it hard for anybody to defend you when you go and do this. You did it after the penalty gate and now you do it again. This report is what he liked on Instagram yesterday. He liked 2 posts and this is the first one. It says the difference between being great and having greatness. PSG missed his fans. Having history is not optional. Positioning yourself as great and having a great attitude is within reach. There used to be so little. Was I clear? So pretty much this post is just saying that Paris Saint-Germain's fan base have a small club mentality and that we don't have that much history. And Neymar, you liking this is absolutely stupid. Like, you're even giving them more fuel to the fire. Like, you're part of the problem now. I know how you are, Neymar. You're a very sensitive guy, and that's completely normal. But going on and liking these posts on Instagram, knowing that people will see that you have liked them, that's a big issue. And the second post he liked was a picture of him and Messi in a Barca shirt saying, "Oh, better times. And you go on to liking this. Neymar, please, you're making it even worse. And one thing I want to clear out here, I'm not defending Neymar from Neymar's perspective. I'm defending Neymar and everybody else from the Paris Saint-Germain perspective. The PSG ULTRAS need to understand that it's not PSG ULTRAS and Paris Saint-Germain here and Neymar, Messi and the management here. No, the club and its players are here, and the ULTRAS, they are creating I don't know, the gap between the club and its fans. And now Neymar is showing his emotions and doing this. Please, Neymar, please, I condemn you for what you have done, because this just makes it worse. Now PSG Ultras and PSG fans who don't want you or don't like you will just use this. So please, Neymar, stop being a child and liking posts on Instagram when you know that people are gonna see them. But that was it. And later he put out this on his story as well. Don't let people put you in the storm, put them in your peace. Well, Neymar, you didn't really do that. You showed everybody else that you have been affected by this with liking those posts. Please, Neymar, be a bit smarter, be a bit calculated. But again, going back to the PSG Ultras, last season they booed Messi and Neymar, slandering their mother, slandering their family, everything in the game versus Bordeaux last season. Did this have a positive effect on anybody at the club? No. And if you ask the Ultras, they will say, oh, Neymar and Messi performed better this season because we booed them. No. There's no correlation between that kind of booing, when you're slandering their family, their wife, their mothers, and them later performing better. And after that, obviously before the 1-0 defeat, 2-1 defeat to Marseille in the Coupe de France, obviously the PSG Ultras met with the PSG players and said, PSG Ultras said, the chief of the group said, we have been harsh with Neymar, we've been harsh with Messi, we should not have said those words, and we want to, come together again. We want to come together again. And then you go on to do this. I cannot understand what's going through their head, why everyone is so emotional. These are men. I'm talking about the Ultras and Neymar here. Why does everybody have to be so emotional? Think rationally. You're men. You should not be acting up on your emotions. Ultras and Neymar. Ultras and Neymar. And this is one thing I want to clarify. The PSG Ultras and I'm not going to say majority, but a portion of the PSG fan base, French PSG fan base, is sadly a racist. I've never seen any French PSG player get the treatment that the non-French PSG players are getting. When Kylian Mbappé and Presnel Kimpembe goes close to the Ultras, it's beautiful. It's absolutely lovely. We want to see more of that. They love Paris Saint-Germain. But when Neymar does something positive to PSG, it's like, oh, he's playing his game. He's doing this. What they don't understand is that Mbappé and Kimpembe are playing the game. Neymar and Messi, they're just honest. They're just honest. Sure, they're not close, but at least they are real. Mbappé and Kimpembe are faking their love for this club, and the Ultras are fooled by their game. They are fooled by every single instance when they are, saying anything positive about the club. Like, when has Messi and Neymar ever slandered the club? Mbappe has done that countless of times. And Kimpembe, he doesn't respect the club on how he plays on the pitch. Neymar and Messi have been our two best players this season. But it's them two who get all of this slandering. Whilst a certain Kylian Mbappe, who ghosted versus Bayern München, who is 24, who is in his prime, isn't getting any slandering. I'm not saying that we should slander Mbappe. I'm saying we should not slander anybody. And if you want to slander every single player. I do not like this hypocrisy / semi-racism / actual racism. We need to stop this. We cannot be a racist fan base. I'm saying this to all the French PSG fans who behave differently depending on where the player is from. Obviously, Rai, a big PSG legend, considered by many as the biggest Paris Saint-Germain legend of all time, also got a harsh treatment from the Ultras back in the days. And he was Brazilian. As I said, I've never seen any French player, the Sako, the Matuidi, anybody get this treatment. Even Adrien Rabiot, with all of his disgusting stuff he did to this club, a lot of French fans still want him back. It's absolutely disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. I'm not talking as an English PSG fan. I'm talking as a Paris Saint-Germain supporter. I've been supporting this club over 10 years and 12 years. I know that many people have supported this club for a longer time. But one thing I'm always true to is that I love this club and I have zero agendas. And that can't be said the same for the French PSG fans, sadly. This is not a war between me and French PSG fans who are acting stupidly. This is just a statement that needs to be said. I think I represent this club better than they, because they are distancing themselves from the club. I love this club. I love its players. And I want the best for this club. But the message they put out is not in the best, terms for this club. Will not have a positive effect on the club. If they think so, they are absolutely deluded. So my message of all of this is that the PSG Ultras at least need to be suspended for the remaining end of the season. Please, Paris Saint-Germain, suspend them. They do not deserve to enter the Parc des Princes and cheer on for our team when they are behaving like this. That goes for the CPU and that goes for everybody. We need to start taking control. This is absolutely embarrassing. And as I said in the previous video, these French people, it's been a thing since history was created, since the French nation was created. Revolution, revolution, revolution. This is a football club. This is not a government. It is not the same. And slandering players, slandering anybody, talking about their family members. I'm tired. But as I said, I'm still very optimistic that Paris Saint-Germain will continue to improve. This has a negative effect at the moment, but I think it will fade away, as we have seen with many stupid negative things happening at this club before. So please, let's come together. Every PSG fan, whether you're French, whether you're African, whether you're Asian, European, North American, or South American, let's come together, let's support this club, let's respect our players, and let's do what is right. Allez Paris!